Alright guys, how's it going? It's turned out nice again. Hey, you alright, yeah? I don't know where to start really. This video is going to contain nothing at all in it to do with Liverpool Football Club, right? But I'm working on it. I was due to do some videos yesterday for you, but as many of you will know, I had a bit of a scare yesterday. I don't mean someone jumped out and went boo. I mean my arse collapsed. I had some chest pains, and to cut long story short, I went to the medical centre, which is just over the road from me. In Spain, they call them medical centres your doctor's surgery. And, you know, they hooked me up straight away to the ECG and stuff like that. And my doctor was there, fortunately, the one that I deal with all the time. And she was like, I'd like to send you to hospital. I'm sorry, you're going to have to go to hospital. And so they called me an ambulance. I was blue lighted and siren there, all the drama and everything. I had pain, and I was sat in the back of the ambulance looking out the window watching the world go by and all the cars pull in as you're shooting down to the hospital, and I was like, I wonder if I'm, like on my way out, I wonder if I'm off to be reunited with my mum and people like that, I can joke about it now and make light of it and stuff like that, but at the time, I'll be honest, I was very scared. And cut a long story short, they did multiple ECGs. They took bloods, X-rays, and then took more bloods and things like that. And at the end of the day, the verdict was there's nothing wrong with you. Now, those of you that know me know that I will literally have to be dying or in an immense amount of pain to go to a doctor's surgery or to a hospital. Right, so there's some people in life that will go, I need to go to doctors. I ain't like that. So my family know that when I voluntarily go to the doctors, I'm very unwell. And if it's a hospital, I think I'm dying. I was in a lot of pain. And what she said was, your heart's healthy, you're not had an heart attack or anything like that. Your bloods have come back all right. It's probably stress. And I'll be honest with you, yesterday morning, I didn't feel I was particularly stressed yesterday morning. I woke up yesterday morning, the website was down, I forgot to pay it. I've got a terrible memory. I paid it within minutes and it was back online, no problem. And I said to them, come on, we need to sort out, like an automatic payment thing because I've got a memory like a sieve. Like the night before, I was like, oh yeah, I must do that. Do you know what I mean? So I do feel very overwhelmed with the amount of work that goes into KopTalk. Some people will never understand that. It's a lot different than it was back in the 90s when you only had to update one website, that was it. Now you've got the website, the members' website, you've got social media, Facebook groups, Facebook pages, multiple Twitter accounts, Instagram if you bother with it, podcasts, YouTube channels, extra videos, extra podcasts, and there's many days when I feel, I'm very under pressure. Do you know what I mean, guys? And it's just me, and I have my own stuff going on in my life, as well, personal things that contribute to stuff. And I don't know, sometimes I just feel a bit, you know what I mean, like you can't cope, do you know what I mean? Like, okay, how am I going to do with that? I'm going to do with that. And I never seem to find much time. I mean, yeah, I do a bit of streaming now, on the gaming, but that's my downtime. Do you know what I mean? So, some people, they'll say, some people will say to you whenever there's anything happen to you medically, people will suddenly, everyone's a doctor. Do you know what I mean? Oh, you need to lose weight. Oh, you shouldn't drink. Oh, you shouldn't eat this. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be stressed with this. You shouldn't work as much. And it's like, all right, yeah, well, all the things that all of us all know in life, according to my doctor, and I'm going to listen to her, not some random member of my family or random stranger or random friend or a random whatever. I'm not going to listen to anyone in life when it comes to advice. I'll take advice, medical advice from the professionals, And my doctor, my GP, she says I'm her best patient in the old surgery because I've lost so much weight, and I do all the right things. I have a social drink, you know what I mean? Once a week, usually, twice a week if I get pressurised into it by the boys. But I'm not bothered about drinking. I don't smoke. I've never done drugs in my life. I'm not as active as I should be. But you know why that is? Because I'm usually sat at a desk trying to update things. People go for a walk for an hour. So I ain't got time to go for a walk for an hour. I've got stuff to do. Do you know what I mean? And you guys are amazing. The messages you guys have sent me the last couple of days, yesterday and today, has been incredible. And it makes me emotional, because when I was at the hospital, I was there by myself, and you do worry about things. And there was I was sat on my phone, on my YouTube app for this channel, and there was so many messages from you guys where it's just I could refresh it and there'd be 10 new messages, same on Twitter, the members website, the VIP members website, just incredible people. And I know football clubs of all fans are going to say, our fans are the best. We have You Never Walk Alone. And as one person once said to me when my mum was in hospital many years ago, You Never Walk Alone isn't a slogan, it's a way of life. And the thing is, behind these YouTube channels and websites and Twitter accounts, whoever they are, whether they're stupid Twitter ICKs or whether they're just people like me or whatever, I don't know. Behind all these accounts are just normal people. I met Partridge off KopTalk TV and Laura, his missus, his girlfriend, fiancée the other day, whatever title he wants to give her indoors, right? And, I was left from spending time with them, realizing how much of a big deal KopTalk can be to some people. And I always see a name on here, and I put a tweet out about this the other day. Behind every username you see on the internet, whether they're using the real name or a nickname, an alias, there's a real person with real emotions, maybe problems in their life. I don't know. I don't like to be a victim or, I'm having such a hard time. I'm not like that. I'm really not like that. I try not to be like that. Just fucking get on with it. Do you know what I mean? And I don't have much patience for people that are a bit like that. If they're genuinely struggling, fuck yeah, definitely. But sometimes people are, that's such a stressful day. Oh, what did you have to do? Oh, I had to work an extra 5 minutes. It's oh, fuck off, dude. You know what I mean? So, I can't be doing with all that. But, there's real people behind these accounts. And, sometimes even, negative comments that you can get left on your channel can affect your state of mind. To the point where I think, I don't want to do it anymore. Because it's I ain't got time to go through all these comments and, when people are being ridiculous. And then you think, right, I'm just going to do all my videos private, fuck it. But then, why should everybody else, the good people, which is the overwhelming majority, miss out? Do you know what I mean? But all these things contribute, for example, you can't see it just behind me here. I think it's there, or it doesn't matter where it is. I bought a new keyboard the other day, right? And I think it was about 100 quid or something like that. You know what Apple's like, right? Because my keyboards, maybe don't work or something goes wrong. And if a keyboard goes wrong, this one, for example, right? This is a Spanish keyboard, right? A Spanish keyboard, right? And it was sent to me accidentally by Apple. But they sent me one that was a bit more expensive than what I paid for. And I thought, well, it's got touch feature or whatever. I'm going to keep that, right? But it's a Spanish keyboard. And I know you can reconfigure the keys, right? But it's really annoying because I know where the keys are usually, but then you go, oh, where's that one? And then you look at it and it's slightly different to a UK keyboard, a British keyboard, right? So little things like that, it's oh, you know what? Just buy a new keyboard for fuck's sake. Right, so I bought a new keyboard the other day, but it's 100 quid. Do you know what I mean? And then people wonder why you have memberships and why you say if you can support, if you can help. Because all these things, they add up. It's not your problem. It's not your problem, it's my problem, right? But all those little problems, so you got a keyboard, oh, that don't fucking work today. Or this monitor here is not working properly, right, at the moment, which, I've just added that one to it. And I've had to buy some bits and pieces today. It's another problem, The website's down, it's a problem, I can't do this, it's a problem, yeah? And then you don't mind dealing with all the problems you've got to deal with in your life, all right? But then when you get someone in there that's spamming your channel or being a dickhead, or, if we have a live stream and someone's ruining it or something like that, it all contributes to what's going on in here, in the head. And it's I can't deal with it all. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it was stress yesterday. I don't know. My blood pressure was high. But, I've had situations where I've wanted to literally kill people in an argument. I don't mean really kill them, but, when you're really angry, you're fuck it. Do you know what I mean? And not had those problems. Yesterday, I didn't think I was stressed in the slightest, but maybe I don't know. Stress is a strange thing, But again, I don't want to be a victim or anything like that. I'm just acknowledging that, I need to make some changes to what I do because I do work a lot. I'm not a very active person. Yeah, I've lost a lot of weight, but I need to lose a lot more. I was 167 kilos. I got down to 98 kilos the minute the pandemic hit. So, and that threw me off. And I went up to 127.4. I know exactly what weight I went up to. And I'm now down to, now that I'm back on it, 'cause it took me a long time after the pandemic to get back into that mindset. And again, with things happening in your life that affects that, I'm now down to 115.2, I think, today. I got weighed. So I lost a couple of kilos overnight, which is probably because my ass collapsed yesterday. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going back in the right direction on that front. I'd like to go out and, be more active and do things. But, I'm already, here, I'm thinking, right, I ain't done a podcast. I need to do a podcast. I ain't done any videos. So I ain't got time to go for a 1 hour, 2 hour walk, which would probably be really, really nice and would do me the world of good because I know I've got to do things. Do you know what I mean? And it's all right, people saying, don't, take a week off, take a couple of weeks off, take all the time you need. Because the people that support me, they're amazing people. It's usually the people that don't support me, the casual viewers, for example, that are the ones that moan. My members, my VIP members, supporters, patrons, whatever you want to call them, wherever they are across the KopTalk gig. These people are incredible. Do you know what I mean? And I literally only have to ask for help, which I don't like doing very often, to be honest with you, because I'm a proud man, and they will be there for me. But yesterday they were there for me, and today they're for me. Some of you watching this are those people. You don't have to be. You could just, be a subscriber of this channel that occasionally posts a comment. You support KopTalk financially. Some people can't. Some people don't see the need to. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. But, some people can just subscribe to the channel. The thumbs up means a lot to me. A nice little comment means a lot to me. And those people, loads of those people messaged me yesterday. I hope you're all right, Dun. How can you not, want to be a part of all that? It's fucking amazing. And those people are saying, everybody's saying, take a week off, chill. Don't be getting stressed out. But I can't. Because you know yourself, if you're self-employed, all right, you've got to go to work. You have to go to work. Because if I don't work, I don't earn any revenue, all right? Now, I still treat KopTalk like a hobby, like it was when I set it up in the 90s when I was a young lad, right? But I have bills to pay. Do you know what I mean? Like this, KopTalk is all I do. Do you know what I mean? And if it worked for the people that support me with memberships and subscriptions, I wouldn't be able to exist. If they all stop, I'm fucked. I could take a week, 2 weeks off probably, and all them people would be all right with me. But I need to chase things all the time. That's what I feel like. And, if I don't sit at this desk for a day, the amount of emails and stuff that things that need dealing with, And then like yesterday, I was getting my accountant message, right? You've got to do this for your tax return. You've got to do, when you're self-employed, you have to do every fucking thing. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know, I'm coming across as like a victim now, and I'm not, I don't want to be. I'm just trying to explain, yeah, I would love to fuck off for a week. I would, honestly, I'd love it. Last week, a couple of days, I didn't really follow much of the KopTalk stuff, and it was amazing. It was amazing. I work every day. I was still doing work at the hospital yesterday, replying to emails and posting and stuff like that. But, just them couple of days last week where I didn't really follow a lot on social media and in the news, I felt so good. And I don't care what anybody says. But when the fan base is down, it affects me because I'm surrounded by it all the time. People want to express how disheartened they are, and I'm disheartened too. Look at the video I did last week. James Pearce is killing me. He nearly did. Because he just winds you up so much, right? The ownership is depressing. You know what I mean? And some people go, it's pathetic, but maybe you're not submerging it as much as I am. And it does affect your mind, it does. Because I want to see everyone, there's so many good people that support me, I want to see them happy. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm all right, so that'll be fine. But, when you, I don't know. One day we'll be all right. That's how I look at it. One day we'll be all right. It's a lot harder today. It's maybe not so difficult today if you're a so-called content creator, which I don't consider myself as, but I guess I'm in that category. If you're going around clickbaiting and, and doing stuff like that and misleading people and putting thousands of adverts on your sites, and maybe that would generate a lot more revenue and I could go out and do what the fuck I wanted. Do you know what I mean? But I'm never going to do that. I'm not going to do that to my people. People that are good with me. No way, I'm not going to do that. No. So things, you know, I mean, a very good friend of mine, SWA James, KopTalk VIP member, WhatsApped me last night and said, you know, you need to take it easy, don't, but I know you won't. Do you know what I mean? So, no, listen, everything's all right. I'm all right. But I am making changes. I am going to make some changes. I try to do a schedule, you know, but how do you do a schedule around news? People say this to me all the time, because I've had this for years. You know, well, why don't you do videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and podcasts Tuesday, Thursday? It's like, well, some days there's no news. So what do? So all of a sudden, Liverpool sold today. It's like, oh, you can't make a video today because it's not a video day. It's like, it just doesn't work like that, you know. And you know what? I love what I do. I love it, and I love you guys. And yesterday was a clear example of that. The amount of love that I felt yesterday and today, and I'm trying to acknowledge every single one of you that messaged me, because that's what I'm like. I love it, and I won't have it any other way. And I'm so grateful that you guys support me. You know, however you support me, or however you can support me, I'm just so grateful and so emotional about it. You know, that's where I was like yesterday. I was just so like, I just felt the love, and I'd be lost without you all. I really would. Honestly, and I know there'll be people watching this that don't like me, and there'll be people that thumbs down, and there's always going to be those people. But those of you that had a good upbringing, you know, that were given proper, you know, I don't know, it was instilled into you, like, how to be a good person. Like my mother said, if you've got nothing good to say, don't fucking say it. She might not have said it like that, but she probably would have done. Depends if I was pissing her off or not. But that's how it, you know, and you can't turn around to someone and say, well, some people, you know, they didn't have a great upbringing. I don't give a fuck, because there's plenty of people out there that have been abused and had bad upbringings and never had a mum, never had a dad, and they still can be nice people, right? So we all have influence in our life, and we can choose who we want to be. So every time you leave a comment on a Twitter account or a YouTube account, you're making that decision. Your mum and dad, or your guardians, or your friends, or whatever. Nobody else tells you what to say or do in life. You choose to be who you are. So and I'm not just talking about with me here, right? So, you know, when I make videos when I speak about journalists, I get very uncomfortable mentioning people by name. I'd rather do them videos privately, because I don't want to be a bully. I don't want to come across as mean, but I'll always try and express my opinions about their professional, how they work, and not about them as an individual. How many times you see me do a video say, I don't, you know, listen, you know, I ain't got nothing against this journalist personally. He's probably a really nice guy. You know, he's a dad, he's an husband, he's a son to someone or whatever. You know, but I can still have an opinion about how he writes about Liverpool Football Club. But I always stress this isn't personal, you know. But when I'm urging all of you that are watching this to think before you speak when you're on social media, even if it's one of the accounts that maybe don't deserve, you know, like everyone to be nice to them. I don't know. It's just pointless. It's wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? And I just, what I'm trying to say, the reason I'm mentioning this is because these comments sometimes on here, I forget about them minutes later. There's no doubt about that. But you might get a comment and you read it and you might be doing something and you think, well, what the fuck? And you're wasting your time on that. And you know that I make a video and I'll address them comments, and it's wasting my time and your time. You know, personally, I wish I could just fucking, you know, find a way of, you know, I would rather just have the comments available to the channel members or something. I know that sounds shit, guys, but when you've got a lot of people commenting, it's fucking hard to moderate it all. It really is. Anyway, I'm never gonna do that. So, you know, there's too many good people out there. But that's how it can make you feel, is what I'm saying. That's how it can make you feel. And I'm not saying for 1 minute that contributed to my little scare yesterday. You know, maybe I've just got too much on, do you know what I mean, in my personal life and work. That's it. It happens to all of us. And they said to me yesterday, the specialist at the hospital yesterday, I mean, they were amazing, right? And she said to me yesterday, she went, look, you know, we have people like, you know, that this can happen to. You can have these pains in your chest, you know. And guys, this was proper pain. I'm not a pussy, right? And I had it once before and it put me in hospital, and they told me if I ever had it again to go straight back. And I was at that doctor's surgery within minutes of that pain yesterday, because I'm telling you, it was unbearable. And she said that, that can happen to someone that's fighting fit, that's never done anything wrong with the body. Like, I'm an overweight fella, right? I'm not very active, but she was saying to me, you can be an athlete and get this stuff. It's just, you did the right thing, you came here. But she said, and my blood pressure was high yesterday. And then when I was in hospital, the last time it was high, with hypertensive crisis, I think it's called. Some things trigger your blood pressure to go high. So you've got to calm, you've got to be chilled, tranquilo, you've got to be chilled, and that's easier said than done sometimes when you're involved in football. And these fucking owners, and I don't care, see what I mean? And then he went off on it. They are bad for your fucking mental health. I hate them, mate. I see how that's the other side of me. That I'm not like that. I hate them. I don't hate anyone. I hate the bullshit surrounding them. That's easy. I hate the way they operate. I hate the way that they are. I don't hate them individually, because hate's a strong word. I don't think there's anyone in this world that I hate unless they're evil. Do you know what I mean? So, and they're not evil people. But anyway, I don't know. I'm just waffling. So, thanks for the video. Thanks. Yeah, I'm all over the place. Thanks for the comments. Really do appreciate it. I am changing things, and this was on my mind anyway. The membership tiers are changing on here, Patreon, Facebook eventually, and Twitter when I introduce them, which basically means that you'll be able to become a KopTalk member via any of those platforms and get all the videos, all the podcasts, if you want them, the bonus ones of each, written news, all the juicy stuff from the members website without being on the VIP members website, right? So like a membership. Like, you know what I mean? Like the videos, maybe things that I've written and stuff like that, videos, podcasts, and that'll be available on whichever is your preferred thing. If you want to be on the VIP members website and participate, you'll get every discussion, every conversation, every bit of news and all that, then that's a separate thing that you need to go to koptalk.com to join. So if you currently pay to be a member of this channel, you need to look at those tiers today to see the changes. Right, and it's the same if you support the podcast and you're on Patreon. Please see the changes over there on Patreon. I've just renamed the tiers, okay, and I've renamed them on here. So you've got supporter, member, and legend on here now, I think. And the reason that I've done that is because I have to reduce the amount of work that I do. And if you say to someone, well, you support this tier on one of those platforms and that gives you access to the VIP members website, every month you have to check every single one of those members to make sure that they should be there, or is everything okay? And it's just not possible. I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore. So it has to be done differently. And it will benefit some people and it will annoy some people, but I'm afraid I want to continue living my life. Do you know what I mean? And I have to find ways of cutting things down. I really do. And I'm sorry if I've had to change something that you don't like, but I can't do it, guys. I can't do this level of work anymore. I just can't. It's literally killing me. But I think it'll be all right. I think, everyone's all right with me. Anyone that supports me is all right with me usually and understands, and we'll be all right. Because I need a lottery win. That'll make things a lot easier. Then I won't be sat chasing everything all the time. Dear me. Yeah, what date are we on? The 20th. A couple more days to go, and then I get my money from Google. So, but ironically, that'll come in and go straight out on the overdraft. You know what I mean? So you're in the same thing. But we all know that, right? We all know what it's like. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And it comes, oh, nice one, and it's gone by fucking 2 hours later. So anyway, listen. Thank you for all the nice messages you sent me yesterday and today. Thank you for all of you that thumbs up my videos. Thank you for all of you that leave nice comments that make my life a little easier, because they inspire me and they make me feel like appreciated. Do you know what I mean? Thank you to those of you that are in a position to support the YouTube channel or the podcast financially. Thanks to my VIP members, that make it all possible. Just thank you. That's it. That's all I can say, really. I don't know. People just, I don't know. People are nice, man. Right, fuck this shit. Right. I appreciate you guys, all right?